I had the great honor of meeting Josh Lafazan when he was a 9th grader. He came into my office and he said, may I speak to you for a minute? I said, sure, come on in. So I knew this kid was special right from the start. So he comes in and says, I have an idea. We don't have a Jewish heritage group, and I think we should do it because of A, because of B, because of C, because of D. I said, Josh, stop. You had me at hello, man. You had me at hello. We're going to do it. You know, we're going to do it. You know, and so that was my first introduction to Josh as a 9th grader. And I knew from the start this kid truly was special, and special he was. He was our class president for the 4 years that he was at Syosset High School. And as part of student government, he had his fingerprint on everything we did, inside, outside of the classroom, in the building, out of the building, whether it was organizing a walkathon, a toy drive, a food drive, our annual carnival. You could rest assured that Josh was there. You may have heard, I don't know how many of you know this, but as a senior, he ran for school board. It wasn't publicized at all. I don't know, maybe you heard it, maybe you didn't. You know, it was a very quiet thing. Josh was one of the youngest elected officials in New York State, and it was by a close margin. You know, he was really close. He won by 82%, so congratulations on that. And of course, the reason why we're here today is because Josh put something together called Safe Ride Syosset. And you know, as your former principal, I'm going to call you my friend, colleague, you know, I want you to know that Syosset, in the school and in the outer community, is a better place today, Josh, for all that you have done and for all that I know you will continue to do. And I am so proud to know you, and I am looking forward to hearing so many great things about your future. All right, and don't forget the little guys, okay? And congratulations.
Joshua Lafazan became one of the youngest elected officials in the history of New York State when, at 18 years of age, he was elected to the Syosset School Board of Education, receiving 82% of the vote in May of 2012. At the time of the election, Joshua was senior class president, graduating from Syosset High School in June of 2012. Joshua's dedication to community service began even before he ran for the school board. He is the founder and CEO of Safe Ride Syosset Incorporated, a community outreach program dedicated to ensuring that no Syosset teenager gets behind the wheel of a car while intoxicated, or is the passenger in a car with a drunk driver. Joshua continues to make volunteerism and community service a priority in his life. He is a member of the board of directors of the Long Island Council on Alcoholism and Drug Dependence, the Nassau County Heroin Prevention Task Force, as well as the Long Island Youth Safety Coalition. Upon receiving his associate's degree from Nassau Community College this December, Joshua hopes to transfer to Columbia University to study political science. In recognition of all that Joshua does to better the greater Long Island community, we are honored to present the Community Youth Leadership Award. Congratulations.
Now that Dr. Durante got to embarrass me, it's my turn to embarrass him. Hank, I'm sorry, but we in Syosset have the best high school principal in Nassau County, and please everyone give it up for Dr. Durante. It's very special for a student to have the type of relationship that we do, and it's not just with me. And what makes Dr. Durante so special is that he treats all 2,200 kids in the Syosset High School the same. If you have a problem, you knock on his door, and he literally will drop what he's doing. And he's dropped whether he's busy or not, he'll drop whatever he's doing to tend to your needs, and that's super special. And we're so lucky to have you, and we hope to have you for the rest of your life. It's so special. Or until you retire and go to Boca. Before I begin, I just want to thank a couple of important people in the room. First of all, my mom, thanks so much for being here. My #1 fan and my biggest supporter. My little brother Aaron. My little brother Aaron is my absolute best friend. I want to thank Dr. Jeffrey Reynolds for both nominating me and for the amazing work that LICAD does on a daily basis, saving lives and making a difference in people's lives. I want to thank my grandparents, Rose and Boris Spodak, as well as Marshall Lafazan for coming. And I'm confident that if my grandpa Ben was here today, he would be just as proud as each of you are. So Safe Ride Syosset. Safe Ride, I started Safe Ride Syosset in September of 2012, and actually, the genesis for starting it was when then Jet wide receiver Braylon Edwards. How many remember Braylon Edwards? I remember he couldn't catch a pass. That's what I remember from him. He was caught drinking and driving after a team function. Now, if Braylon Edwards, with millions of dollars and the support from the entire Jets organization, could make the stupid choice to drink and drive, what about my Syosset High School classmates? What about my classmates who didn't have these options? I knew then and there that I had to do something to give these students an emergency option. So I founded Safe Ride Syosset in September of my senior year. How Safe Ride works, and Brian, who is a friend of mine from high school, he can attest to this. On Friday and Saturday nights from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock, Syosset High School students could call my cell phone. And myself, and at the time, I was a senior in high school, I had 40 volunteer drivers. We would then go pick them up and take them home free of charge. No questions asked and no judgments passed. And I'm proud to report that in 2012, we took home 350 Syosset High School students safely. And since 2012, on the nights that Safe Ride's been operating, there has not been one single teenage drinking and driving incident in Syosset. But even through Safe Ride's efforts, and we believe in Safe Ride that we've eradicated teenage drinking and driving from Syosset, Syosset students and students all over the island are still becoming addicted to drugs and alcohol. Even with the great work of my co-honorees, such as Anthony Rizzuto from the Seafield Center, we're still seeing a record number of overdoses on Long Island. Even with unprecedented advocacy for mothers and fathers who have lost loved ones to drug addiction and alcohol addiction, such as Terry Kroll. And Terry, let's give a round of applause for Terry. She is so amazing. And the work you're doing with PUSH, which is People Unite to Stop Heroin, you guys are making a difference in all spheres of life, and you're saving lives, so thank you for what you do. But even with the unprecedented advocacy of these parents, we're still seeing insurance companies deny those who need treatment. So, my message here this morning is that we are doing a great job. However, our fight is tougher than ever, and we have to continue to build our coalition so we can finally see the day where every person who needs help gets the help they need, and every family who needs support gets the support they deserve. Thanks so much again for